Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Link, and today we are going to be playing a game called Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Now, before I started recording, I did have a sneak peek at the game, and from what I saw, it was really interesting because it was your typical, the gods have a mission for you, and it's destiny that you play along, yada yada yada. But there was an option to be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing along with you and your twisted little games. I already did it apparently in a past life. And I'm done. I'm out. I'm not doing this. And the person was like, yeah, that's okay. Fine. It sucks. I guess we'll find somebody else. And then it was like, boom, you're a dog. So there's that. Game over. Congratulations, you win. So I'm super excited to see what else this game has in store for us. So we're just going to go ahead and hop on in there. We got real time with pause mode. And, turn-based mode, which is apparently new. We're going to go ahead and choose real time with pause. Figure out how that goes. I'm not going to play relaxed. Not going to do anything crazy. But we'll play classic. So let's go ahead and get started.
Aora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher, one who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep, lifting the curse. Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. God came back. Forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
So apparently in the last game, the people killed a god?
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
And stillborn children, or
A watcher sees souls,
not stillborn children,
knows
but children
their
born without
pasts,
souls,
and the
sounds,
souls see
you know,
them back.
kind of appropriate. I mean, you killed the god of light. I don't know what happened in the
A
last
dubious
game,
honor,
but the guy couldn't have
inheriting
been
a
that
fortress
bad.
both broken and cursed.
Let's be real here. So we're
What
walking.
is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I love the art style. It looks
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
so
And
the
did you ever
gods-
consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
So the gods are apparently
Let
figments
the
of our
world see.
imagination.
Let them decide what to do.
Hashtag.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
You know how terrifying a place this world would be if, like, you just had enough people being like, yeah, this thing's real, and then all of a sudden it was.
An
That'd be
aged dwarf
horrifying.
shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved Mary Gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
Dang, dude. That is insulting. An unpleasant gourd he is. Jesus Christ. I'll just kick the man while he's down. He's already
Sit.
dead. Just call him an unpleasant gourd.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you...
Oops. Totally cut that lady off. Alright, so I guess we get to pick how the last game played, and that in turn impacts this. So, you know, you got your benevolent soul, you know, good person, good playthrough, sympathetic to their pain and charitable those who needed help. You return the lost Hollowborn souls to the wheel, as you had pledged to Bareth. Most other choices were judicious and balanced, tempered by rational thought and fairness, rather than sympathy or emotions. You used the souls of the Hollowborn to strengthen the Deerwood, as you had pledged to Gallowayne. Most other choices were made to strengthen you and your allies while punishing and weakening your enemies. The Dark Times. You consigned the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion, as you had pledged to Rangrand. You left a wake of physical destruction and annihilation wherever you went, seeking to bring the final end to all things. And then the Keeper of Secrets. You pledged to consign the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion as Ramgard requested, but you ultimately gave the souls to Wodika. You supported maintaining the god's secrets as well as your own. And then everything bad, you just completely bungled your way through. You got every companion killed. You got the worst outcome. If there was a mistake you could have made, you did it. I'm super interested in, like, what that is, but it says not suggested for new players, so I'm kind of worried about checking it out. But I think I will go with the Dark Times, simply because I like games that are, you know, a little more broody and, you know, downtrodden. So
does
let's go ahead
everything
and go
appear
with
to
that.
be in order?
Yeah,
Good.
looks Gucci.
Welcome to the Beyond. I am Bareth. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
No freaking idea,
She
man.
places a card on the table, showing a tall tower. The gods' constellations are arrayed around it in the sky. You remember now. The Hall of Stars in Twin Elms, where you spoke with the gods.
You came to that tower seeking our aid.
Yes.
You chose to pledge your services to other gods. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
I don't know if I
She places a
did
card
that.
in the middle of the arrangement.
I guess.
A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. Though Aethys stole a large fragment of your soul,
A fat finger.
you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between.
Word.
You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him. Taking a physical form in Aora is fraught with peril. Most mortal minds and bodies are incapable of containing divine power. It can lead to problems, as Aethys learned not long ago.
Her armored hand gingerly places a card sideways on the table. It features a man with a burst of light instead of a head.
So some kind of, she's messing with some kind of tarot cards, I'm guessing. I don't even know, man. So I can find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle. Oof. He killed my castle, or destroyed my castle. Completely unacceptable. Forget every other bad thing he did. He broke my shit.
I know.
Fuck that guy.
It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands. Their souls remain in Aethys still. You have the power to save them, Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
I kind of want to just be like, nah, I'm cool, fam. And just dip out. But
Good.
Let's get on with it. Good.
Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life and death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Okay, start from scratch. Definitely a dude. I mean, look at that, dude. That looks so cool. The lighting looks great. I mean, the eyes kind of creep me out, but the art style is freaking amazing for this game. Okay. Oof, godlike? What is this? Civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider it a blessing. I can't imagine why. That's one sexy looking dude right there. Apparent head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce. Godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. +1 to dexterity and intellect. Dude, I don't even know what kind of class, or like if there even is classes. Okay, yeah, class selection. So -1 to might. Yo, what is this? Little Chewbacca looking dude. Oh, I almost want to play with that guy. Ugh, he looks so creepy. Dexterity perception. Actually, what is this? Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Wow. That's racist. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skin, and whatever that means, bodies. Orlans are commonly found in blah blah blah. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. Word. Dwarves. Strong boys. And other strong boys. I think I'm gonna go with a dwarf. I think I'm definitely gonna go with a dwarf. Just because they seem like they have the best, you know, starting stats. They have +3 overall. Oh, well, I guess +2 overall. So, yeah. Okay, so we have two different sub-races, Boreal and Mountain Dwarf. Hale and hardy mountain dwarves, the most well-traveled race, and their incredible journeys have explored them. So they get bonus to those. Okay, so these guys have an increased chance to graze an enemy rather than miss them. I'm kind of digging that. Would you like to make a single class or multi-class character? Only focused on their chosen class. Let's go with single class for now. Ooh, a monk. I'll probably go with just fighter. Oh, barbarian. Yeah. There's a lot of classes though to choose from. Wizard, rogue, priest, ranger, monk, fighter, druid, cipher. What is that? Recent discovery in the Eastern Reach is called something. The ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche. What? That's some next level stuff right there. But we're gonna go ahead and go with a barbarian. Simply because I have axe, I hit hard. Bunga bunga stuff. Okay. Okay. History, stealth. Bro, sneaky barbarian. Let's get it. Corpse eater. What? Gains flesh communion, a target, a hostile, deceased kith, wilder, or beast to devour their corpse, healing the barbarian and granting them rage. Okay, that sounds brutal, and I think it would go great with, you know, the overall theme that I'm hoping is going to be in here. Cannot see health while frenzied, takes raw damage continuously while frenzied. Bro. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. So frightened yell. Rage. Shaken. What does shaken do? Let's just go with frenzy. Ooh. Alright. Makes this perception. No. Dexterity. There we go. Attributes to the reflex defense. It just represents a combination of hand-eye coordination, swiftness, and overall grace. Average. I mean, do I really need... Why is intellect recommended for a barbarian? I don't want to be smart. I want to hit things hard. Let's go ahead and bump that up to 15. Just a ballerina barbarian right there. Forget intelligence. We're big dumb out here, bro. Big dumb. Where are you from? Bro, this place is so... Or this game is so in-depth. Nadir. +1 to resolve. +1 to dexterity. We're only looking at stats. That's it. That's all that matters. More might, hit things harder. Let's do it. What was your job? Oof. A scientist! Definitely a scientist barbarian. Fucking the Hulk. Bruce Banner. Call me Bruce Banner. Survival, diplomacy, history. What does survival do? Challenges are specialized. I think... History-wise... I think I'm gonna go with Explorer. Two-handed. Poleaxe. I don't want a poleaxe. I want an axe, bro. Okay, definitely gonna get the gat. The old have at the blunderbuss. customization. You know what? I like that portrait.
Show them how it's done. No prisoners.
They won't see me coming.
Love it. Alright. Boom. Pose. Okay, Watcher. What should we name him? Let's just go with Link. Bam. Barbarian Corpse Eater. Got a blunderbuss. Gonna shotgun somebody in the face. Apparently those things are good for crowd fighting. So, since I plan on being in the thick of
Go forth now,
things,
Watcher, as my herald.
that makes sense.
Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Oh, love it. Just on a leash.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
Bro, she just put a shock collar on me? Or like an ethereal pacemaker that'll blow my heart up?
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile,
It's pretty
and
savage.
gestures to a new door.
Pretty messed up. if I get the chance to, I'm going to definitely kill her. Because no. Forget you. It's rude. Couldn't just take it at my word. Hey, dude destroyed my castle. I will definitely kill that guy. No. Had to go and put a bomb in my chest. In my soul chest. Not cool, bro. Not cool. So, like, I can't move the camera? What is that, bro?
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull.
So presumably dead guy comes back to life and dude's like, you know, time for a stogie.
Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
That's more appropriate.
There's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling? That might have been me. I've been slapping you a little harder each day, trying to wake you.
Bro, what?
I never dreamed it'd work.
Adair stares with disbelief at what would likely be his slapping hand, examining both sides. He shrugs.
Just looking at his hand like, whew, man, I should slap people more often.
Well, you owe me.
Just going around slapping dead bodies.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
Is that statue talking?
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
What?
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortune's brewing topside. Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Hengrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
That thing? Okay. Yeah. Okay, take all. Bam.
All right, now make some use of it.
Let's do it. Oh, no. Shipping items? No, I'm good.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them
Okay, there we
quickly.
go. I move the camera around kind of, but I can't rotate it. So hopefully there's nothing hidden behind any walls, because that would be upsetting. She's been in a coma for a few weeks, no big deal. Let's go kill some people.
A little sloop, lost and alone in the storm. I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
Yeah, true.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
No, the narrator lady's gone.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
Make a rude hand gesture, just do the jerk off motion. Gonna mount your skull in my cabin.
No, I always thought that room was missing something.
Dispositions. Gain a reputation and dispositions. Represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people. Benign reputations sometimes bring out the worst in certain people. Okay, nothing's inherently bad or good, blah blah blah. The captain tilts his head, staring impassively as the wind and rain whips at his scarred face. Even across the distance, you can make out the roughness of his expression. Muscles in his jaw hold. Did I just see a tentacle over here, or am I just tripping?
Is that supposed to provoke me? Nah, I won't be riled by the likes of you. Listen up, mates.
Cracks his neck as he addresses
I'm off to
his
spear
crew.
me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that were alive.
You heard, bandwidth! Off!
I'm freaking out. Okay, I don't know how to fight. Hostile, to attack the enemy. Currently equipped with weapon. click their selection circle. You can also select the button in the lower center of the screen to put the cursor into the attack state. This will allow you to attack anyone, even friendly characters. Word. Okay, so can't move that. Frenzy. Attack. Let's go ahead and hit this guy with a gat. How do I unpause?
Defend the ship!
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, so you just start spamming. Okay. Easy clap. I think some people died on our time.
Take cover!
I honestly have no idea what I did right there. I don't know if you're just supposed to click on them or what. You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sails and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. Just then, a loose crate tumbles towards you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks that guy, one of your deckhands, off of his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side and grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains the salvage from Cad Miller. Oof. Got a thing here. Save the loot or save the dude? What could be in there? I mean, probably nothing too good. You know, it is the beginning of the game, so I doubt it's going to be like, you kept the Holy Grail, you win the game. You grab Chitopek's arm as his ribs fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the rolling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Cadnua is gone. Chitupek, meanwhile, nods in gratitude and hurries to the station. Yeah, get back to work, pleb. You're accosting me loot. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven the shore. A flash of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline and Aethys striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. Terrifying. The impact hurls you from the deck and into a froth of waves, bodies and splintering debris. You struggle towards the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you towards the open sea. You kick and paddle all your might, until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse. Ooh. Look at my little dude.
You've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
Sand removes a strand of seaweed he finds lodged there. He examines it closely and then tosses it.
If you're worried
into
about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
Good. Points out the Defiant, despite it being difficult to miss from your vantage point. Yeah.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
What? The statue.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
It's right behind you.
Unfortunately, I believe we'll be needing the Defiant yet. Unless you mean to settle down on the island for good.
Well, there's a thought. I'd shout for Aethys, but I'm worried he'd hear me and come over.
I'm afraid I won't be much assistance in that regard. And not to doubt Master Adair's capacity, but even he would need supplies.
Word.
That's true. Steak, especially.
Everybody needs steak.
Patching the hull is only the start. You're going to need help getting the Defiant out to sea again. And a crew, for that matter.
Yeah.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
Me neither, man. I'm used to a life of luxury, living in a castle. This is unacceptable.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
Squint dramatically while looking out at the sea. I've returned as the Herald of Breath. I'm on a special mission to find Aethys and learn what his plans are. Definitely.
Sure. I suppose if any mission could be considered special, it'd have to be this one.
A perilous endeavor indeed. Castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
And don't you forget it.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Alright, let's go. Shows an enemy with enormous force. Constant recovery. Ooh, that's pretty useful, actually. Oh, hold on. Rogue, sneak attack. Which unseen, adding additional bonus damage to their weapon attacks when the target is flanked or affected by any affliction. Rogue attacks their enemy's ability to move around effective. Okay, so I think I will have him be a swashbuckler. Got a wand, some other stuff. Alright, there we go. Well, this is Pillars of Eternity, Deadfire. So, yeah. Check back later for a continuation of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, my dude. And y'all have a wonderful day.